I was planning on sharing this presentation a while back, and I was never in the mood for it, possibly because I was incurring some losses that I wasn't happy with. And I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about this. This is gonna depress me. But part of the problem that we have with taking losses while trading is that we're trained not to lose. Ever since we were little, we were taught not to do wrong things, right? Instead of being encouraged to explore and take risk, the first thing that a baby learns is no, 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 right? No, 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 no. It's a good thing to allow your children and you yourself to take risk in a safe environment. So for example, how can we make trading a safe environment while we are learning how to trade, and we're learning to overcome our fear of losing, and we're learning to overcome handling losses? How can we make that a safe environment? The way to make that a safe environment is to lower your lot size, right? I mean, to trade only your pair, the one that you're learning, to trade it only during your session, the one that you're learning, to trade it only during certain times in that session, right? The time in which you have chosen when there's high volume. If you do that over and over, all those things are your edge, right? All those things are adding to your edge. And then what keeps you safe is a lot size that you can handle based on the price action and the strategy that you use. So we got to get away from the mentality that in the beginning we have to make money. No, it's not about money. It's not about money. It's not about money. It's about getting the skill, right? So let's stop looking at the money. Look at your performance. If your performance is consistent, then your $5 will become 10. Then that 10 will become 20. That 20 will become 50. The 50 will become 100. Make $1 a day. If you can make $1 a day consistently in Forex, you're going to be rich. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so because we're trained not to lose, not to make mistakes, we develop a false self, right? Because we look at other people, everybody else is winning. I'm the only one that's not winning. Everybody else, all I have to go is look on IG and everybody's winning. Everybody's winning all the time. Nobody incurs any losses. You know what I mean? And so you do what they have done. You develop a false self to pretend that everything is fine, to pretend that you are making progress, to pretend that there are no issues that you have to address because nobody else seems to have any issues. Well, I'll guarantee you that everybody has issues. I guarantee you that the best trader in the world has issues. It doesn't matter. How can I say? The guy that's making $1 million a year trading wishes he was making 5 million, and he can't figure out how to make 5 million. He's making 1 million and he can't figure out how to get 5, and he's frustrated to no end. And he's yelling at his kids and his wife because he can't figure out how to make 5. It's the same deal with the guy that's making $100, right, a day consistently, and he's frustrated because he can't make $500 a day. He can't figure it out, right? Because at every level of growth, there is a paradigm that needs to be broken. And the more that we build this false self, the harder it is to break out of. The more you invest in appearing, pretending, the harder it is for you to break out, because you're having to break out of that paradigm to then grow. Okay, this is why I love trading, because it keeps you humble. It makes you humble really fast. Okay, your account tells you the truth. If I'm having to learn how to be authentic here, then what other areas of my life do I need to be authentic in? Because every area of your life in which you are authentic then helps your trading. Everything is like I was sharing about the discipline, right? The last time. Every time that you force yourself to be disciplined in something else, it makes you more disciplined in your trading. So anyway, let's keep moving. Losing threatens our false self, and we must preserve our false self under all circumstances. I grew up in an environment in Puerto Rico where that false self was on all the time. All the time. Nobody could know how scared I really was. Okay. The thing was, everybody else was scared too, but all of us are pretending not to be, because we don't want to be the one picked on. Okay. And so we don't tolerate weaknesses, right? We ignore them. We put them in the backside. We pretend they're not there. You wouldn't think that these things are related to trading, but all of this is related to trading. All of it. This all comes in, because if this is going on in your life in other areas, you're bringing it into your trading. Okay. It is you who's trading the markets, right? The markets are what they are. You come into the trading with this stuff, and now you're interpreting what you're seeing on the screen based on this stuff, this false self that you're bringing in, and you have to dispose yourself of it. You got to get rid of that so that you can see the market the way it is. How many times have we been on a trade and we're trying to force it to go in our direction, right? We're oblivious to the fact that it's a sell, Robert. And it's like, I'm trying to buy and and it's not working. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, Robert, if you're trying to buy and it's not working, then it's a sell. It's like, so why couldn't I see that? Why couldn't I see that? Because I was trading myself in the market. My false self was trading in the market instead of seeing the market the way it is. Right. Okay. Let's redefine what a loss is so that we can get rid of the stigma of losing. Okay, so losing is the process of eliminating what doesn't work. That's really what it is. But here's the thing. If you're taking 10, 12, 15 trades a day, how are you going to learn what is it that doesn't work? How do you know what worked and what didn't work? If you overtrade, if you take too many trades in a day, how can you sit down and analyze, okay, how could I have taken that trade? When I'm done, I stop and I look at it and I say, okay, how could I have avoided that drawdown? Is there a way that I could have avoided that drawdown, or is that drawdown just part of how the market moves? Did I go in too early, too aggressively? Could I have waited a little longer? Okay, if I had waited a little longer, could I have still made this trade? Yeah, maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe the trade would have left without me. That's fine. The trade leaving without me, is that better than enduring the drawdown? How much of a drawdown is it okay for me to endure until it's time for me to just cut my losses and get out? All of this comes with sitting down to analyzing what's going on, and losing helps us to do that, right? Failure helps us to figure out what is it that works and what doesn't work. Okay, let's go. Okay, losing is part of the game. If you want to play the game, you got to deal with losses, okay? Losing is not a problem unless you make it a problem. If you make it about your ego, if you make it about not wanting to be wrong and everything else, then it's a problem, right? Because you're giving it too much power. And that's, again, where the false self comes in. The false self tells you you can't lose. You can't lose. You got to show that, you got this. And so it doesn't allow you, doesn't give you the freedom to learn the process. The process is the process, however long it takes, that's the process. Okay. Every game plan should have a strategy for how to deal with losses. Your trading plan has to have a strategy for how to deal with losses. What are you going to do when you lose a trade? Several suggestions, okay? If you take a loss, you could perhaps get up from your chair. You just took a loss. Get up from your chair, go take a walk. Could be a 2-minute walk. I don't care. The whole point is you change your body posture, right? And the moment that you change your body posture, your monkey brain that is so focused on not losing is disengaged for that moment, because you just changed your body posture. You got up, you went and walked. Take a couple of breaths, Go drink a glass of water, go feed the guppies, whatever, okay? And then come back, okay? That could be a strategy. A strategy could be, I'm going to wait a specific amount of time before I enter again, before I go back in. I'm not going to take another trade for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. Okay, that's part of your strategy. Okay. I am going to allow myself a second trade if I lost one, and then that's that. Okay. That's another thing that you can do. The point is ultimately is the execution of it, right? How true are you to what you say you're going to do? And if you are not true to what you say you're going to do, then that's the thing that we need to work on, not the trading. The trading is going to be fixed the moment that you are true to what you say you're going to do. That's the discipline process. And if you, and there's no shame. You don't have to feel shame. You don't have to feel guilt. You don't have to feel bad if you don't possess the discipline. You don't have to feel bad. All you have to do is go about implementing the discipline, putting it in place. Okay. Feeling bad doesn't do anything. I almost said a bad word. Feeling bad. Pastor Robert said, anticipate but mitigate means if you are watching price move against you, and so now you anticipate that this could become a loss, mitigate the loss, right? How could I have lost less? Okay, I just lost 1%. How could I have lost less in this same trade? In this same trade, how could I have given my trade room to win while at the same time mitigate that loss, make it less than what I lost? For example, the moment that a 30-minute candle closes against your direction, support or resistance has now been created and the probabilities just shifted. The probabilities are now that it is going to continue going in the opposite direction of your trade. Do not, we're going to be coming to the end, move your stop loss. Do not increase your lot size. This is when you're in a losing trade. Do not overtrade. Do not revenge trade. This should be common sense. This is self-explanatory. Why is it that you know that you should do these things, but you don't do them? Because you are not in control. Okay? If you know that you lost, that you tend to take a couple of losses and you keep trading, which makes it worse for you, what choice do you have? Just shut down your computer and walk away. If you have to pull the plug from the wall, pull the plug from the wall and walk away. It's just a matter of time and you're going to stop doing it. And if you can't walk away, you got other issues, right? Okay, I think we're nearing the end here. Okay, next steps. Okay, analyze, right? After you're done with the day, analyze what happened, journal what happened, meditate, rehearse, back test. These are all tools right here. These are great tools for you to get back on track. I should say it this way. Your plan should always work. The result is what we don't know. We don't know if we won. We don't know if we lost. But that we follow our plan. And if you follow your plan every day, whether you win or whether you lose, if you follow your plan every day, discipline is growing in you, and you will figure out what tweaks you have to do to make it work. Because the biggest issue is the discipline. The plan, almost every plan out there can work. It's you executing it. Okay. Y esto se acabó.